Well, welcome. Today we're going to do something a little different. I have set up another camera cut, and I'm going to be working on finishing off the block here. And let's see here. We want to turn this one on. I'm going to be setting up this this block here, and I'm going to cut the center section here. So that should be a something to do. We could talk about it or whatever. Let's cut to the other camera. There we go. I got a couple cameras set up here so that I don't have to move things around. I can just, with a click of the mouse, move it over. So that's good. All right, I got kind of a mess going here. I'm going to straighten this up. I got a special treat for the paid members today. I dug out some stuff that I got from the famous Al Rabe. We're going to be discussing his molding shells videos. We'll look at those. I do things a little different than Al, but Al is kind of the father of molding stuff. Let me make sure that we're still rolling good here. Yeah, we got one viewer. One viewer. And I guess the chat is working. I hear the neighbor beating on the wall. So hopefully we won't have a whole lot of noise coming through. But I got to do what I got to do. And I got shavings everywhere. Better get that box. A lot of guys like this live stream format. I need you to let me know what you think. Should I live stream or make movies? If I live stream, you can ask questions as we go. If I stream a movie, you can't ask any questions. We might need that. Now I'm going to do the cardinal sin on this wing. Everybody will say, you can't do that. Well, I've done it a million times. But that's okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mark out this wing for the notch. And then we're going to notch this wing for the tank recess. Thank you for the like. So the first thing we're going to need to do is, let me clip this here. The first thing I'm going to need to do is measure the fuselage, which I think I already did, but I got to be absolutely 100% sure. So get out the Starrett, let's transition over to this. Get out the Starrett calipers. I think it was 2.5, so it was 1.25 on each side of the line. Hey, Dave. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is measure this fuse. This is the tank recess right here. Two inches, 575 thousandths. I'm going to need my large T-square. Where is that? I thought it was, oh, right here. 257,000. So we'll say 258 so I can figure out even. So it's 1 1/4, 200, 2 inches, 580,000. So it'll be 1 1/4, 1 5/16. Okay. Now in order to get this in straight, let me click the camera back. In order to get this in straight, we have to put we're working off the trailing edge. We know that this is the dead nut center because of the way I built the wing. This line right here. So we got 1 1/4, 125. So that's 120. That's 125. Now 7, that's 10 more. And 8 would be 4 more. So we're going to mark this from the center line. This is not like metal. I can't scribe it. I have to mark it with that. Now I need to measure how deep it has to be. It has to be from the front 1 inch. Let's see here, 1 1/8. We'll make it a little deeper. Yeah, 1 3/8 deep. This is going to have to be by eye because unless I set up another another square, we can do that. It's always a good thing to mark things out before you cut. Because it's a whole lot easier to sand the ink off than it is to replace the wood. Okay. So I need to take the hinges out so I can make that T-square rest perfectly on the trailing edge. T-square, the square. Let's see here. I had a piece of 64th plywood I could use to make these lines. I think I will. Because I'm having a hard time bending this thing around there. Where did you go? back to the mess. There it is. Come on. There it is. Okay. So when you have a curved surface, you can always take a piece of 64th ply. We'll sand it straight, make sure it's good and straight. You know, you only get one shot at this because that's just how it works. So you want to make sure you don't screw it up. We're going to excavate this out of this wing. And I'm going to add a spar and 2 false ribs. So I'm going to make the marks here. Where are you going? I don't recommend you guys do this trick because you have to build your airplane extremely light when moving the center of gravity back, and most guys don't build light enough to move everything back. They're looking for nose weight, so it's probably not the best trick to do for most. Because the heavier the airplane, the more tail heavy it's going to be. Can't get on this one. Why? Oh well, we'll just eyeball it. We know that line has to be parallel to the center line anyway. Okay. We have our marks. Let's start cutting wood. Get the sharp knife now. I about had it working in this small little shop. I so long to be at home where I got some room. Put this away. Yeah. There's the blade. But, like I say, basically this is a little motel room, so it shows you that airplanes can be built in a motel room. How much desire you have, that's what it comes down to. So let's cut this up. Let's measure it first, make sure it's 2 and 280. Did we leave enough? It's a little tight, but that's okay. I can sand it. Yep, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I forgot I didn't have screws in my landing gear doors. I flip it over. Okay, let it rip, Tater Chip. We've checked it. Now, most of the time, this takes away all. This takes away. You'd think the wing would break here, but it won't under load. And I'll show you why here in a second. That's why people say, you can't do that. And I've done it a million times, buddy. I'm having a hard time getting this out. Okay, you have a rib here and a rib here, but we have to move them because they're basically in the way. And then we have the two center ribs that we have to eliminate. That hold this thing together, but it's not a problem. Make sure you can see what I'm doing here. I had thought about doing a mega marathon today because I'm going to be working on this all day, but I don't know how much I can take talking for several hours. We got 3 likes. That's good. 6 watchers, 3 likes. Smash that like button if you like what I do. If you really like what I do, please consider joining, becoming a member. It's down by the subscribe button on the channel. It's there's several different options. You can be a supporter for $4.99, a sponsor for $9.99, or if you're feeling generous, a big tipper for $24.99. It helps me bring these videos to you, and it helps me keep things going on Stunt Hangar. So. Okay. Now I gotta see if I can find that saw my mother gave me. I haven't seen it in a while. And I can't call her up and ask her where it's at because she passed away about 8 years ago. I guess I could cut it with this roto zip. Yeah, we'll just cut it with a cutoff wheel. So I'm going to cut it with a metal cutoff wheel, but doesn't hurt to do that with wood. I can also cut the inside ribs too with this. This will be good. Oh, it's lighter already. Little cruddies off here so don't dent up the wood. Okay, that's enough of that noise. Pull that rib out. And this rib out. We got to clean it up better than that. Now, if I did nothing, you'll see that this wing would be super weak right here. But when I'm done, it won't be. Okay, I want to put a spar right there too. Okay, maybe we'll get this sandpaper here. Anybody got any questions? Besides, am I crazy? I suppose you could build this into the airplane, but this is how I've always done it. Now you think, how am I going to get the rib to fit in there? Well, it'll fit absolutely perfect. We're going to need to grind this out though. Okay. Noise alert. Now, dump all the sawdust out of there, or you'll have that rattling around in your wing. That'll drive you nuts. Oh. Dropping out my landing gear door. Okay. We're going to make these parts out of 1/8 inch. Probably overkill, but that's what I do. Uh-oh. The bug got me. Got some hard glue right there. So grind that out. All clear. Okay, good. All right, now I gotta find the 1/8 inch. I see it. We're gonna need to make some parts. I think I'll cut that away too, just because it's hanging there for no apparent reason. Yeah, got it out. Okay. And was it this side here? Yeah, this side here. I want to put in a upright brace on the outboard side so my helper doesn't put his thumb through my wing again. If you ever help me when you're at the field, please don't squeeze my airplane very hard because they're not built like tanks. They're built like free flight airplanes. Okay. So I need a piece. It's 100. 1 inch, 550 thousandths. 1 inch, 550. I'll just mark it with this. You know, that little problem happened at Huntersville where my helper put his thumb through my wing. It really wasn't his fault because the wind came up, kind of startled him. That was on an official flight too, just before I was ready to fly. I just turned it over and nosed it down and killed the engine and said, oh well, we're done. And please, never try to talk me into doing a field repair. I'm not going to gobber on some carbon or fiberglass or tape or whatever. Not going to happen. So we need to cut a few thousandths more off of this. Going to get 2 sticks in here. One stick in the thumb area, and then 1 cap in that. So, still got to go some more. There we go. Yep. So can't go any farther than that. And we're going to make it this long minus an 1/8. That long minus an 1/8. Need to make it square. Any questions of what the hell's going on? It worries me when nobody chats at me because I don't know if the stream is working correctly. Now it seems I could have made it bigger. Why wouldn't it? Cut another one, I guess. I cut too much off of it because it goes in there. It doesn't fit in there tight. So do it again. Keep doing it till it's perfect. It needs to be this long. Tomorrow will be a stream day as well, but I have to do laundry because everything I got is dirty. The reason I'm not over at John's is I thought about going over there, but it's Mother's Day, and I'm sure he's got things going. But the Saturday at John's will start picking up again because we're open enough that we can move around a little. Okay, this was the piece. I want it a little bigger. About drop that knife square on the top of my foot, blade first. You might get 2 pieces out of that. Isn't that something? It'll go in there when it's small, but it won't go in there when it's the right size. What the heck's going on here? We certainly don't want that up there. There we go. We'll cut this back. Cut that off so it'll go in there. Like doing surgery. It's starting to aggravate me. Okay. Next one's the bigger one. This one. Now the top is that way. Shit. Gotta pay attention. Can you guys hear me okay? Give me a 5x5. Looks like the modulation's okay. There it is. That's better. Much more better. But it looks like I'm not an 1/8 back, so I need to take that back out and sand it off a little bit. There we go. Okay, I need a new snorkel. I buy this Teflon tube. I got 6 foot at a time. It's $3, but probably $30 now. But last year, quite a while, so that you can get in there to glue. Thank you, everybody. If you're new to the stream here, please consider becoming a member. I'm going to be showing and discussing some of Al Raid's molding techniques this week on the members only videos. Let's see here. Couple different angles there. Where can you gain this much practical model airplane knowledge for $4.99? I'm gonna probably do some giveaways too for the members. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet. This is all new to me. I'd like to see 10 members a month, so I need 8 more this month. Okay, put that in there, put some tape on it. Not only that, you got icons and badges, some different emojis, and your name will show in green if you remember. So membership has its perks. Okay, back to the other cam. And start gluing that in. That looks pretty good. So basically what that little piece did there, oh, got it other way around. What that little piece did there, this is where my helpers hold the airplane. So I wanted to add a little strength there, kind of box it in. So that upright goes from, will go from the center right here out to the first rib right here. And it's all glued in sheeting. Now it would be stronger if the grain was this way, but that's too much of a pain, so we'll do it that way. Anyway, now the next thing is the fitment of the ribs. And how I do that is like so. I have my foam template. I'll make a mark on it. So it's got to be that long. Let's do it this way. Right there, straight down right there. Looks easy, right? It is. I need 2 of those. Let's see how close it is. I might have to do the other side of that rib. I'm not sure. God, crap. Yes, why am I making this rib 1/8 of an inch? Because you got to leave yourself some sanding room, just in case it don't fit. I mean the plug-in. where it plugs into the fuselage. Still got part of that old rib sitting there. Oh, man. Make all these, make all this stuff fit perfect, because we're not in any rush. And the closer it fits, the lighter the airplane. Might have to do this. I'll just hold it up there and sand to it. Looks straight though. Might have to remake that. Looks like it's leaning forward. Because it is. Damn. Okay. Part 2, redo. I guess what I could do is cut it big and then cut it straight. That's what we'll do. Cut it big, then cut it straight. Let's see, that's the center. We want to go to this first one right here. I'm cutting this second one considerably bigger. Because I need to make sure the vertical line is 90 degrees to the horizontal, if that makes any sense. And I'll show you what I mean here. Okay, if you look here, if you just eyeball it, you can see that this line is leaning back. Because there's no way to, I don't have a center line on that rib pattern, so there's no way to get it absolutely square. So we need it this length. Only 90 degrees to the vertical or the horizontal. Okay, so this is the small side here. Put it on like so. Get some pins and I'll pin it and sand it. Wow. I wonder where my Canadian friend is. Hogs and Plains. I haven't seen him in a long time. Shug Emery ain't been on in a long time. Hogs and planes. I used to know about them hogs. Okay, that looks better. We'll save these right here for future use. Okay, it's a little too big, so I need to sand it around. Still a little too big. What's going on here? Shoot, it's a lot too big. Is this necessary here? Probably not. Just go one strip across and it'll probably be okay, but I like to do this just in case the tank compartment leaks. I certainly don't want fuel running down into the wing. I'm going to have to turn this wing up and stand it on end so I can wick the glue in there. So give me a second. Then I'll give you a close-up what it's supposed to look like. Yeah. Where's the glue? Hey, Rocky. Okay, the first glue joint is supposed to look like that. That's glued in there permanent now. Now we need to make another one for the other side. This is too small, so I need to cut a bigger one. Seven likes. Do I know you, Rocky? I sure get a kick out of YouTube. Or, not YouTube, it's these Chinese scammers. We can put you on the first page of Google. Well, isn't that special? Anybody that flies control line in the world already knows who Stunt Hangar is. What the hell do I care if I'm on the first page or not? It only cost you $1,000. I don't think so. And if you don't know who Stunt Hangar is, well, you will. Hang around. Okay, so this side here. Need to make it longer than necessary. I'm going to try to finish this wing today so that next weekend for sure I can cover it. If I got to drive over there, get some dope, and cover it here, that's what's going to have to happen because I got to make hay. I painted a part for a truck yesterday. Harvester red. Man, it's the most beautiful red I ever saw. I was thinking, wow, I'd love to have my airplane that color. But it's urethane enamel, and that would be very heavy. So I'm gonna look for some red dope. That color, it's bright, man. It's brighter than Miss Ashley red. I need to see if I can take the mixing station at work, take some dope, well, we got a lot of emojis. If you become a member, you can use the special emojis in there. I might take some clear dope and try to make that harvester red, because man, was it nice. Or call Bob Brookins and have him make it for me. I wonder what they're going to do about Brodak. Are they going to have Brodak again, or we got to have one more? We got to put John's name out there in the field. Do you think that Buzz would want to see all of us once a year? I hope. You know, we didn't tear up the yard that bad. Okay. Change camera angles again. So now this one has to fit on the other side. Maybe I ought to do this. See both sides. Let's see here. That'll bake your bacon. There we are. Come on. That's not what I wanted there. Cam 2. Yeah, cam 2. All right. I'm trying to do a trick shot here. Oh, man. There we are. I'll transition to that, see what happens. Got two cameras going now, same shot. I don't know if that's good or bad. Let me see here. We'll turn this one off. Wow, it's way big. Way big. What the hell is going on here? Become a member. Super chats help. Haven't seen any of those in a long time. I know you guys are watching and you guys like it. Show me some love. Yeah, we're going to have to grind that out again. Just can't win. Nine washers. We had 16 at one time. Hour and 3 minutes. Man, it's nasty. So, keep sanding until it's a perfect fit. There it is. Almost. Almost. Once again, I got to stand this up, so I'll show you what I mean by that. Damn, dropped it. You shouldn't go down in the leading edge. Come on. Okay, that's part 2 of this done. So now we need to make the piece that goes across the back there. And I'm going to have to cut this back, it looks like. So you have to use the motor tool again. Yeah, it'll work. Okay, let's change camera angle. Cam 2. Okay. All right. I'm not sure this piece is going to be big enough. That is. What do you know? So you want to make sure this fits perfect. So how close is it? About a 16th off. So we'll sand it to shape. About a 16th. We're getting there. Like, subscribe, share, join, become a member. Super chats help. Like to see one member every Saturday anyway. So it needs to go. I need to have a little off this edge right here. And we need to drop it 3/32 of an inch. Now, how do I know it's 3/32? Because that's what I use for sheeting. So we'll start with a 16th and maybe sand it to shape. Make sure it gets in there. When, I've been building models so long, I don't measure anything. I just kind of eyeball it. And it's usually pretty close. Close enough for government work. Or I should say close enough for who it is anyway. So I have to stand it up again and wick the glue down in there. Got a small gap where I hit the sheeting with the moto tool. We'll take some, I mean, it's inside the airplane. Nobody'd ever see it. But I want to have as much contact here as possible. We want to make it strong as possible. So in those instances, I'll take a little gap filling CA. If you look right here, that little dark mark right there is where I hit the sheeting from inside with the Dremel. I'll just fill it up with some gap filling CA. Kick it off with some kicker. Not that it really makes a difference, but I like to have things 100% contact. So now we'll take there's some things floating around in there. Make sure that's all out of there. So now we'll take the sandpaper. What the heck's going on here? Oh, I can't tilt that one down. So that has to be a low angle cam. This one here can be a high angle. Okay, 9 likes. Thank you. 12 watchers. Like, subscribe, share, become a member. You're going to see Al rave molding techniques today. We're going to discuss how Al does things. I'm going to change this sandpaper to 180. Actually, we'll put the 180 on the ruler here, so I can control a little better. 180. This is sandpaper I stole from work. But it ain't much stealing when you tell your boss, well, I'm taking the sandpaper. Okay. Of course, it helps that we fly together. I never worked for anybody that flew model airplanes before. Okie dokie. Now, if you watch the whole video, in the beginning, you'll know I excavated this out and I added a spar inside the outboard side to keep the vulnerable spot for crushing the wing. So the reason I use the 1/8 inch ribs and the 1/8 inch spar is to allow for a little room for adjustment. So that if the fuselage doesn't fit, and I can sand it back a little bit. Got 80 grit paper on one end and 180 on the other. Still got that hole there. What the heck? Okay, we got that part done. Ta-da! We'll go on to the underside, the landing gear doors. So let's measure that, make sure it's going to fit before I get too excited. That's how wide it is. Could have been a little tighter, but it's all right. We got about a 32nd on each side, so that's good enough. Fill it up with glue. Okay, I'm happy. Let's get rid of this. Now, there's several different ways to do this. I just, I got my set ways that I do things, but you don't have to do it my way. You can do it any way you want. Before I went on air, I made one landing gear door. Wrong camera. I made one landing gear door already for the outboard, and that goes here. And you think, well, that wouldn't take long to make. The heck it don't. So let's screw it on there. Put that screw in. I didn't have any 1/2 inch, so I had to make my own. I said, well, how do you make your own? Well, wrong driver. You got to mill it. Pull that down. It's perfectly. You can't even feel it. It's just perfect. And then the wire goes. The only thing it shows is the wire sticking out. For you guys who followed the thread the other day. Anyway, I made these templates, and this door and this door are exact mirror opposites. It's a left and a right. Well, when I made the bottom piece, it wasn't lined with 1/8 inch. So how would you transfer those lines? Well, you take some long bolts, like so, stick it in here. Obviously, this is not going to fit in there because it's too big. A little bit there, oh well. It won't matter. I might have to tap this one. There we go. Don't force these bolts. Remember that you epoxied them blind nuts on there and they could be filled with epoxy. If you force it, you're only asking for disaster. So, it seems that it's clogged up a little bit. Maybe the screw's buggered. Yeah, it looks like the screw might be buggered. Yep. Of course not. It's got a little. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, I got a screw with buggered up thread, so I get another screw. Where are you at? Yeah, I guess. As a mechanic, I learned this years ago. As a mechanic, if you see another mechanic hammering on stuff to get it to fit, he ain't a real mechanic. Things need to go together easy, and if they're not going together easy, there's a reason why. You need to figure what that is out. Do not force hammer. You hear that squeaking? That means that there's some shit in the threads. So instead of forcing it and galling it up, we'll get a little tap, 440 tap. I don't have a tap handle here, but we'll use the pliers. I do have some vice grips here, though, some little vice grips. These are baby grips. It's lunchtime. Remember, even the tap, if you gotta force it, it ain't going in right. And for you guys who are not mechanics and not mechanically inclined, once you start getting resistance, you want to go a quarter to a half a turn in, then a quarter out, and that clears the threads. Otherwise, you'll gall it up. You could break a tap. If you ever try to drill a tap, that's why they make tap extractors. You can't. You got to either break it out of the bolt or use a tap extractor. There it is. So we'll clean the other one up too while I'm at it. So quarter to a half in, quarter out. That's all you can do. How many of you guys been with me since the start? We've been on an hour and a half. beginning of the video, I cut this notch in the leading edge. So if you go back, I allowed the tape to rewind. So okay, let's see. Is this one clear enough? Yeah, it feels okay. A little Vaseline on it, maybe. Okay. Much better. I'll probably end up clearing out the threads in this one too. Okay. I'll make a mark here. A mark here. This is IB. We'll make a mark here. So I need to cut that off first thing. Now I have an old crap pair of scissors. 16-inch plywood cuts pretty easy with scissors. 64th cuts real easy with scissors. Hey, Just Fly. You must be a member. Is that right? Yeah, you gotta be. I don't know why your name's not in green, though. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. It's a whole lot easier than cutting it with a razor blade. Okay, there we are. So now I'll make a mark on this end. And a mark right there. Now 2 more cuts and it'll fit right in there, and then we'll glue it to our backer. Cutting with scissors, make it big so you can sand it to shape. It only takes a little effort. There we go. "15 watchers. Like, subscribe, share the videos. Once again, you're not a member, please become a member. Super chats help. I got to keep saying this because all you guys aren't members. So it goes this way. Nope, not yet. Goes this way. Nope, not yet. Pretty close, but not quite yet. There we go. There we go. So I got to make sure that yep, a little more off of this. A little more. Okay, I had a piece. I don't know if this is thick enough. I don't think so. It may be. Oh, this is that end. No, it ain't thick enough. I'm gonna have to make another piece. It's just not thick enough. So how you make a piece is you get a block like this. Sand it to shape. I don't have any half inch. That half inch would be perfect here, but no gotti. Okay, that's it. So now I got to get a piece to fit inside here. Make sure that it fits. Yep, that's it. I use thick set CA on this. On this end, so we need to flip it to this end. Clean this end up. Okay, got one shot. Thick set CA. goes to this end. Yeah. Push it down, wipe it off. I think I'll kick it so it doesn't get glued down. That's just in case. If it got glued in there, it'd be a disaster, which has happened. And it has happened to me. Not with the CA, or was it CA? It might have been, yeah, come to think of it, I did it twice. I did it once with dope and once with CA. It's not going to fit in there. We have to sand it down to the plywood. You want a good looking landing gear, this is how you have to do them. I'm sure there's other, you could use carbon fiber fuse mounted gear, but wing mounted gear, in order to look like part of the airplane, need to be done this way. Of course, this airplane is going to get wheel pants as well. It's got to have wheel pants on it if it's going to be a tucker. I got to build this light enough that I can afford the wheel pants. Almost. Almost. You guys bored yet of watching me sand and fit? There we go. That's how you get them perfect fit. You got to keep sanding, take a little off at a time. Then, let's get some of this crap out of the way. I take the number 22 blade, start willing off. Actually, I could probably I'll cut some of that off. Be a lot faster. Take forever to cut all that off. Why doesn't it fit now? There we go. You young guys out there, I don't know, not many kids watch what I'm doing because this is an old guy hobby, but any young guys watching this and they want to get into it, be very careful of these tools. They're super sharp. They can cut the crap out of you. I know I make it look easy, but it's from a lot of experience. So it's that way. Now I'm going to go ahead and drill the holes and bolt it down and sand it flush. Don't start sanding on that any closer than about that until you get it bolted down, because if you sand this and get it closer and then bolt it down, it'll be lower than what it needs to be. When you put the 1/8 inch wire in it, it's best to go back over it again because it raises it up a few thousandths. I mean, it depends. This one here, like I say, it depends. Let's see here. Yeah, like I did there, I got a little low. So the trick's going to be a piece of tape. No, I know the fix for that. 64th plywood. So we'll raise it up to 64th. It's on the outboard side anyway. Anyway, let's drill these out and get them ready to go. So I'm going to start with the 3/32 drill bit. Then it's going to end up 15/64. Let me see, 15/64. Yeah, I'll show you. This is the 1/8. This is 3/32 here. First thing you want to do is drill this 3/32. Actually, yeah, I don't want to go more than that. Actually, I screwed up and drilled an 1/8 inch right off the top. That's all right. If you have a drill press, it's best to drill these on a drill press. So now we got to come up in size for the bolt head. Going to come up to 5/32 the first go around. Now, and here you got to be real careful too, because if you drill this and let the plywood grab it and it drags this big drill bit through, it's ruined. You got to ease up just as I can feel it touch that plywood and start to grab and turn it. No good. Okay, that's not big enough for the screw head to get in. So we got to come up to 3/16 or no 11/64. You know, I suggest you ease up on these because it's so close to the edge. Okay, that's still not big enough for the head of the socket screw. A lot of guys use carbon tube or aluminum tube. Inset to these holes. It's good for longevity, bad for weight. So I just drill them and CA them, get them hard. It'll make a clean hole. If you do it like I'm doing it here, ease up on it one drill bit at a time. So do you want to go bigger one yet? I think that's it. Okay. And a couple of short screws. Okay. So today I'm going to do tips. Finish the tips up, get the flats mounted. We'll get this whole wing done today. That way we can get ready to start doping and putting it together. I need a 64th backer on that one to raise that up. It's sunk down for some reason. So this is tight. Almost. Okay. Still up by a few thousandths. You don't want to run the chance of that 80 grit digging into the sheeting. Run the vacuum for a second. Okay. That's it. If I teach all you guys out all my sticker tricks, won't be able to beat you on appearance points. Okay. That was 180 down to 320. There we go. That's it. That's how you do a nice landing gear block. I take CA and take the screw out, of course, but take CA and harden up that circle, that tube there. So, and you got to be careful when you put the screws in and out. You don't want to ogle those out or anything. So that makes a real nice transition for the landing gear. Put a 64th piece of plywood on the bottom of this one. I can't believe I lowered that so much. Must not have had it tight when I sanded it. Any questions? Been on 2 hours. I'm going to take a break. I'll probably return around 5 o'clock or so. We're going to do, I might have to do the members only video first. And that's going to be the molding series. And we'll talk about it as Al goes through his process. I'll probably skip back and forth on the video, but in order to see that, you're going to have to be a paid subscriber. So go down to the join button next to the subscribe menu and join the channel. It helps me out. It helps Stunt Hangar out. And it'll help you out if you watch what I do. All right, guys. Appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, share the videos. And what do we got here? Why did that go away? Huh. Well, I lost my thingy. That's the Tucker. Man, I can't get the end screen right even now. What the heck is going on? Image 5. Cam 2. I don't know. I'm going to end it out there. I can't seem to make it work. So we'll do this text. Built not bought is gone for some reason. This goes up here. No. Come on. Alright guys, I'm going to end it out. Appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, share, become a paid member, and we'll see you around 5 o'clock. See ya.